Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. Alright, today's video, we're going to be discussing and talking about my thoughts on the Criminal Enterprises DLC. An honest discussion of where it's at so far. A lot of people have already been asking me, they're like, Ty, what do you think about the Criminal Enterprises DLC so far? It's been out for almost 2 weeks now. We've gone through our first week of drip-fed content. So we have a new vehicle, the new car showrooms are in the game now. And we've had a lot of stuff that came out on day one, but there is still a bunch of drip fed content. There's going to be enough content to last us for several months and all the way into almost into the next DLC in the winter. So I kind of want to give my initial thoughts on this and what I think it is. Now that everything's kind of calmed down, we know what the core of the DLC is. We figured out what's going on with the payout adjustments and the additions and expansions to the businesses. Let's go ahead and I'm going to just kind of go through and explain some of my personal pros and cons. And let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What are your pros and cons of this DLC? What do you like? What are your big things that stand out? And what are the things that you don't like, all right? Let's talk about the pros first. That's the easy stuff, right? First up, the Mark II. Now, I'm on record saying that the Mark II needed to be nerfed. Actually, I'm on record saying I don't want any of the futuristic stuff in the game. But if it's here, if we're going to use it, let's use it to the best of the ability. The Mark II nerf should have been to where you cannot lock on to regular players and sale vehicles, right? That's not what happened, though. Rockstar essentially gave the Mark II buzzard-style rockets with, if you spent any time with the Mark II after the DLC, after the nerf, you know it doesn't really do anything to stop people using it to grief with, but it has a psychological effect, and if the community is happy, I am happy. So if they have a perceived happiness on this, so be it. I think that's great, okay? The KD ratio being removed from free mode. I think that's a great idea. It should have happened a long time ago. Again, griefers don't care about KD. That's why they have like a negative 1 million on there. They just want to ruin your day and just keep on going, right? And now all people are going to do is get a kill on you and just leave the lobby just so you can't get a kill back. That's all they're going to do. It has that perceived reaction, and if it's good for the community, I'm good with it as well. Another pro, though, I think being able to sell and crew private invite lobbies. I mean, that's probably the single most important thing that has been brought to this DLC or from this DLC, in my opinion. That right there is what will bring people back together. That single change right there will bring people back into being able to use the other businesses. I really do think that was a major and a positive thing. Took 9 years, but we finally got it right. There's more ways to make money in the game. They've enhanced and expanded the businesses. That's great. There's new cars, the Camaro, the Audi. There's two new Camaros coming, or a Trans Am and a Camaro. And then there's the new Audi R8 coming. I think that's great. Those are some really cool cars. There's a couple of duds out there as well, but some good cars. Of course, the showroom's coming. That's fun. Some new interiors. Or the one new interior with the Simeon Premium Deluxe Motorsport location. That's pretty cool. Right, the new M16 when it comes out, I'm sure it'll be a fun and really cool gun. I'm looking forward to that. Payout buffs are huge too. There's been payout buffs across the board for people helping out with CEOs and MCs. OG heist have been payouts have been buffed. A lot of the missions have been buffed. Races. Now it's not enough, right? For example, how many of you have jumped into an old school heist, the pack standard heist, and played that since the DLC has dropped, since the payout buffs? Probably none of you, right? I still think it should be more, and I still think there should be a solo option as well. The Sparrow getting some love, I think, is epic. Getting chaff and flares added to that for countermeasures. That should have been added from day one of it being launched, because you definitely needed it a lot more back then than you do now, but I still think it's a good thing that has been added as well. In addition, the snacks and armor. Being able to add snacks and armor with the weapon wheel being open, that is way better than going through the interaction menu. Much more intuitive, a much better process. Big high five to Rockstar on that one right there. Real quick, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. Make sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on so you don't miss out any future content. In addition, if you want to support the channel, hit the join button down below. Find out how to become a member. You can also browse and check out some merchandise. And if you enjoyed this video, it helps out, or any of my other guides, live streams, or videos help you, you can also drop a super thanks donation. And guys, as always, just showing up, just dropping a like, being subscribed, the notifications on. That's enough. But if you do go above and beyond, like these people right here, look at this. This is crazy. It's amazing. You'll definitely get some extra attention and a big old shout out in my future videos. Thank you guys so much for all. I mean, it's just so much. It's crazy. Mom, Red Dead Redemption, Eric, Positive Expert, Scooby Doo, Jim, The Meats Man, Daryl P, Eric Alvarez, Janine, Michael Wayne, Bald Thanos 2 times, Charlie Flank, NJ, Klaus Vans, and Sir Bats Gaming. You guys, thank you so much, dude. You guys are some real ones. I really do appreciate the support. So to talk about the cons of this DLC, what I think was, either a missed opportunity or just not what should have happened. Obviously, the Cayo Perico cooldown, right? There does not need to be a cooldown for any of the heists. The argument that people are making that, it's going to make you play other businesses, that's a disingenuous argument because you were always able to play other businesses. It's just up to the person. It's a personal problem if you don't. You can just choose to play whatever you want. And now you have that freedom removed. You have the ability removed if you want to sweat on the heist and play it as you so see, right? So it's never a good thing to have those features and those freedoms removed. That's dumb. That's not a good thing in my opinion. However, if you want to have a cooldown timer on there, if you have to have it, why not make it the same all the way across the board? Rockstar, if you're listening, just make all the heists, no matter if it's solo or not, 48 minutes. A solo Cayo Perico cooldown that's 2 hours and 15 minutes is ridiculous. That's dumb. Okay? It really is. That's not cool. It's not fair. That's not the way it should be. If you have to have a cooldown timer, make it 48 minutes across the board. That's what it is for the other heist, and that's what it is for the Cayo if you play with a friend. Okay? Easy, solved, everybody wins, right? It's because of the way that they've done this, how they're slowing down the money grind. It's now, the money grind. If you thought it was a grind before, it's way more grindy now. Way more. You have a whole bunch of all with these features added. There's new stuff, yeah, but it's become way more grindy now because of the cooldown timer with the Cayo Perico heist. You're making 50 grand here, there, just casually, and you got $3 million cars that are coming out. I mean, we're talking. It'll take 60 little deliveries just to make that 3 million. That's a lot. That's a lot of going back and forth, and that's kind of another thing. We have now become delivery boys in GTA 5 Online. Rockstar is making the money grind much more micromanaged, and they're doing, honestly, what they're doing is they're adding micromanagement features from Red Dead, or the same kind of concept in the GTA Online, and we all know how that turned out for Red Dead. It's not a good thing. All right, once this appeal kind of gets over and people are tired of going back and forth to all their businesses to pay for a crate and to deliver a car or a motorcycle for 50 grand, over and over and over, people are like, well, it's not going to be fun anymore, right? It's just too grindy. It's too much of a micromanagement system there. The ULP missions were a major missed opportunity. I was really looking forward to the ULP missions being something like a LA noir, where we really get into be like, a detective. We're in the IAA, which is equivalent to the CIA. We're like a spy kind of. We're solving a crime, and they just rehash some stupid Doomsday Clifford crap. It was ridiculous. It actually kind of drifted away from its own plot. It was a terrible, misdirected and missed opportunity, and it was really just a bunch of AGL, which is artificial game lengthening. It's all it was, really. Lots of drip-fed content, which, I'm okay with in some aspects, but a lot of this DLC is going to be drip-fed. That's another con, I think. There's no PC E&E support at all. That's kind of a bummer. There's no heist support, right? So you give the heist a payout increase, but, you don't give there any kind of option or a rework for solo players. I mean, why can't we do the old school heist solo? I mean, you could actually rework this and make it solo very easily, right? But they didn't do that. So no one's going to be playing those heists, even with the payout buffs. There's no team deathmatch support. You remove the KD from free mode, right? The KD ratio is no longer affected in free mode, but there's no support in the team deathmatches where it does take effect. Why are the team deathmatches, last team standings, or regular deathmatches not being highlighted? The payout should be way more for those and for the missions. That will encourage people to get in there and mix it up and have legit fun PvP. No support for that, though. In addition, the jet cannons were not nerfed. The jet cannons need to be, the explosive splash damage, the range, all needs to be taken down. And they just need to have regular gun, like regular bullets. That way you can't just, and destroy somebody's cargo. And then, of course, the orbital cannon is still in the game. Overall, I've revised my score for this DLC. I'm going to give it a 5.5. I can't go any higher than that, but I do have to give a lot of credit for the private lobby sales, a couple of cool vehicles that I'm really looking forward to, and the the payout buffs. I have to give credit where credit's due, but I also have to give criticism where criticism is due as well. Slowing down the money grind when it was never really a problem at all, except for Rockstar and their bottom line. That's just something I can't overlook, and it weighs heavily in the score and the rating of a 5.5. So there you have it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that this deserves a 5.5? Do you think it should be higher? Do you think it should be lower? What are your pros and cons of the Criminal Enterprises DLC so far? Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for the Ills Reels content in the game. Smash that like button. See you guys in the next one, right? Peace out. Yeah.